Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that sun. This is enlightenment. This is confidence. This is creativity. This is awareness. This is saying that everything is being revealed to you. To me, it feels like a confirmation, right? It feels like nothing is in the shadows. Everything that was once hidden from you is now coming to light. Okay? That you can see everything for what it is, for what it's meant to be. Let's put this into some context. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. That's also a card of health. It's also a card of wealth. Let's see what cards are. Oh, and the Fool. It could be that you have been planning a very big transition in your life. And I feel like the Sun card is the confirmation of that. These two cards together really feel like the universe is kind of green-lighting your project, green-lighting your path. You're being given the confirmation to take this big leap, right? It's a leap of faith. It's a step out into the unknown. You could be really doing something very big, very life-changing here. Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. Interesting with the fire and the earth here. And, you know, if you're a fan of this channel, you know how I feel about the fire and the earth energies. Right? It is the will, it is heaven, it is spirituality, it is the idea, and it is the behavior, the implementation, the physical reality of this idea. Fire to earth is the path of manifestation. Okay, so whatever you're doing, I think really is, maybe you're starting over, maybe you're starting fresh, maybe you're taking the resources you have and you're putting them into a brand new kind of speculative venture. Yeah. I feel like the universe is saying, do it. Go for it. This is the confirmation that you need. All right? And I think that this is something that you have been trying to plan for. I feel like you've been saving up, right? Money, energy, time. And I feel like there are a lot of different ways that you could go about it. We've got that Eight of Wands. Yeah. Let's do the rest of our cards here. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Major confirmation. And there is an emotional depth here. We've got this Queen of Cups in the position of your environment. This could be something about, interesting, now we've got that fire, water. This could be something about your relationship with family, friends, the loved ones, people that are close to you. The Queen of Cups here is your compassion, your care, your concern, your understanding. So I feel like part of your work here, part of your purpose is to improve the situation, right? Maybe for yourself, maybe for someone else, maybe for kind of for everybody, you know. I feel like we're really transcending here. We're taking our current situation and we are leveling it up. Yeah. We are transcending the difficulties now. And so to me, it kind of feels as if this is a big investment you're making. This is a big risk that you're taking. And the universe is saying, yeah, you have all of the clarity that you need. You can see all angles of this situation. See, the Sun card doesn't just have one ray of light shining on something. This is really the sunlight radiates in all directions, right? So you can see every single path before you. You can see every potential outcome. Yeah. You can see every timeline, every universe, right? And you can see in every direction all at once. It's kind of like some weird bug's eyes or something, or fish eyes, or I can see really all around you at once. And that to me is like the illumination, right? And maybe that's part of what enlightenment is, right? Being able to see kind of all sides of something, inside and outside, in every dimension, you can see what something is. And so I think that it's not so much the universe saying, go ahead, you can do it, and then you take that big leap. I think it's that spiritual certainty that you're getting from your own spirit, your own soul, right? And of course, we are a reflection of the macrocosm, so there's no particular difference between the energies, but I feel like you're able to see every possibility here, every variable, every possible conceivable outcome. And this is giving you the certainty to take this big risk, to make this big move, to leap, right? Leap into the unknown. But is it really unknown, right, if you can see all the angles of it? So there's a little bit of a paradox there. Let's select the mystery card, shall we? Let's do that. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is just going to go right over here, Tiny Bob Ross, right down there on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. You know, it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments, right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Now, I feel like you've been having kind of a recurring dream. It's not a recurring dream that you've been having. It's like the same dream, but there are different events. You know what I mean? Like you're in the same scenario, but you're doing something different. You're making a different choice every time. And to me, that's kind of part of this solar illumination that we see. I feel like even in your unconscious, even in your dream life, you're running through every single scenario that you can think of for this situation, every possible outcome, every single variable, every choice, right? So I feel like even in your dream life, you're working this problem out. Yeah, you're working this problem out. And so I think it is still stepping off into the unknown, but it's almost like we are now prepared for whatever that may entail, whatever may happen, whatever you find in that unknown, you're ready for. Yeah, big confirmation here, big time confirmation. The Eight of Wands up at the top of the path of the dove here, this kind of gives me that idea of all of these variables. There are so many different choices available to you. And I feel like this solar perspective gives us, well, because see, how to explain this? The spiritual light, right, is infinite, it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. We are focusing it through the lens of this particular situation, this configuration of cards. And that's why the Eight of Wands doesn't show infinite rays of light, but just a few, right? A compass rose, it's organized, there's 8 of them, you know. But they're going through a prism. And that solar light, that spiritual light going through the prism of your own mind, your own soul, gives us only a few options, right? Narrows it down a little bit. And these are our choices. These are the things that you need to do. And I feel like any single one of these are going to be absolutely perfect, correct, and successful. So in some ways, it doesn't matter which one of these directions you go in. These are the 8 that are going to work. Everything else, you've already run through the scenario, and those probably wouldn't work. These 8, and don't quote me on that number, right? It could be 1, 5, it could be a dozen. These are those options that are the most viable for you, okay? And I think that this is your playbook. You know, these are those big major plays that you're going to do. And it could be that you have to do every single one of them. It could be that what our task is now with the Two of Wands here is to try to figure out what order to run those plays, you know. But however that is going to work out for you, this is This is really your path for manifestation. You're doing something here. Yeah. And I don't have an idea yet what that is. I do know that it's taking a lot of resources. I do know that it's kind of a gamble, right? You're taking whatever this Nine of Pentacles is in the past, which is a pretty good thing. This is either like a lump sum of money, it's savings. This is everything that you have to invest. This is your entire world. It's your blood, sweat, and tears, right? This is all of the energy and focus and attention, all the time that you have. This is really everything. And you're putting it all into this. These are all your eggs. They're going in one basket here. Spirit's saying yes. Spirit's saying this is your green light. You know. And speaking of green lights, I'm seeing somebody that has like these really bright green eyes. Is that you? Is that somebody near you, somebody close to you, a friend or a family member? These just really bright, almost glowing green eyes. Yeah. I don't know who that is, but it's very noticeable, right? It's something that's very, it really stands out on this person. And maybe it's you. But the Ace, what is the Ace of Pentacles for you? This is the kind of first step into that unknown. This is that basket, and this is going to really make it or break it for you. Yeah, this is the big one. The big one. And looking at the rest of the cards, it feels like this is really going to be the perfect one. Yeah. Let's look at the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It does not cost you anything. And it really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. So over here on the path of the serpent, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. To me, it's divine timing. To me, this is saying that, yes, maybe this has been a plan that you've been working on for quite a long time. Saving your money, getting ready, collecting resources or raw materials or whatever it needs to be. And now the Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, it's time to execute this plan. It's time to make the decision. The Two of Wands is really about the decision. It's like we have all of these 8 different, plays, and maybe the Two of Wands is saying we have to activate all of them at the same time. If it's an organized effort, then this is going to be absolutely perfect. So I think timing is important in terms of how you're executing your moves here. But this card is also talking about cosmic time, spiritual time, right? And it feels to me like it's your time to really see how far up this wheel we can roll, to see how high we can ascend here. And maybe we've been feeling like we've been at the bottom of that wheel, that we've been just getting ground up, between the rubber and the road. But now I feel like the wheel's turning. And I feel like it's your time now. It's your opportunity to see how high you can climb. Yeah. And so I think down at the bottom of this wheel, this is where you're just you're grinding day after day to put away this money, to put away this energy, to prepare, to wait, to be patient, whatever that Nine of Pentacles is. Getting things ready, building things up until you get that green light from Spirit that says, now's the time to leap. Yeah. And so I think that time is now. I think this is a major confirmation. And I think that in all of our past readings for you, over the months, over the years, we've been kind of building up to this. Yeah. I think that it might involve family. This is the Queen of Cups. There might even be something with an older female energy, maybe mom, maybe grandma. I don't know if this has anything to do with them. My first impression was you're finally able to buy that house for mom, It's finally, now is the time that we've got to execute this plan and do that big thing, right? Whatever it is. Maybe it is buying a house, But I feel like there's a deep emotional connection to this work that you're doing. Now, this is the only water we have, right? Let's see. We've got 3 major arcana cards. We've got fire, fire, fire. We've got water over here, air over here, earth over here. So yeah, this is the only... Well, looking at it this way, all we have is water and air right here. And what I say about the water and the air, it's the feelings and the thoughts. It is those things that can either act as the perfect conductor of our will, of our plans, or it's going to interfere with this fire to earth manifestation, right? We have fire and earth. It's kind of like an electrical circuit. You've got heaven and you've got earth. You've got the impulse. You've got the behavior. Will, action, right? The idea and the implementation. You've got the urge and you've got the manifestation of it, okay? And what sometimes interferes with that circuit is our heart and our mind, our thinking and our feeling, our beliefs and our values. Yeah. So I think what we're really looking at here is the heart and the mind. We're making sure that this is really what feels right. Does it feel like the right time? Does it feel like this is something that, yes, you're meant to do? Right? On a deep level. On the surface level, it's be like, no, it doesn't feel right. I'm scared as heck. But on a deep, deep level, no, there's this deep value for what you're doing, this deep connection, right? A spiritual feeling that this feels right. Okay? That's what we have to check in with. You got to verify that. I can't tell you if that's true or not. You've got to feel it for yourself. And the same thing with the air energy that comes next, the Seven of Swords. You've got to make sure that you believe in this, that this is what you want on that kind of, in an intellectual way, but in that higher mind. Does this make sense in the grand scheme of your life? Is this the right thing? Right? Does it feel right psychically, mentally? You know? Is this part of your larger plan? Now, the Seven of Swords is always going to represent doubt, other opinions. There are a lot of reasons not to do this. It's too expensive. Interest rates are too high. Whatever it is. I'm too old. I'm too young. It's too hot. It's too cold. Whatever it is, the mind will always find a reason to say, "Are you sure about this?" We have to prepare for that. If we can ask ourselves all those questions, is it too hot for this? Is it too cold for this? Am I too old for this? It doesn't have to rhyme. That's just my thing. If we can defeat all of those kind of self-questions, all those doubts that we ask ourselves, if we can pass muster to our own criticism, real nice. I think we're good to go. So we have to check in with our mind. We have to really do that intellectual exercise to see if this is something that we really do. Yeah, we believe in this. There are risks. There are, it's never probably 100% ideal, perfect world situation. It will always be, yeah, I'm a little too old, the weather's not right, or, whatever it is. But as long as we can admit those and still say yes, I think we got a pretty good shot here, right? And then what we see next, of course, is the Prince of Wands. Now, I got to ask, who's the twin? I'm feeling like there's a set of twins here. Are you a twin? Or do you have twin children? Or are your parent, someone, there's a twin here. Something's going on there. I feel like there are, and I don't know if they're identical. I don't know if they're identical or not. I guess they don't have to be identical. But I'm feeling like there's a set of twins here somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes these things come in as validations of the energy that we're in, or just as confirmations or synchronicities for some of you. If those details aren't yours, don't worry about it. Save it for the next person. Yeah. Someone's got the twins there. And I don't know if this is a joint effort, if this is something you're doing with someone else. Maybe that's kind of the twin thing, is that there's two of you, and maybe part of this, the harmony, the heart, mind, the water, and the air, is the two of you making sure that you're both on the same page, and it's having that conversation where you both try to figure out reasons not to do this. Tell me why this is a bad idea. I want to know. I want to know, throw everything at me about why this is a bad idea. And if I can field all those questions and really in an honest way, and if I still feel like, no, all that stuff, sure, I agree with you, it's still a yes. I think that's how we're able to pass muster, as they say. And then, of course, the last card is that Prince of Wands, and that's all about the action. It's time to take action. It's time to commit to the fire energy. And the fire energy here, it's like we're activating this plan, and we're committing to it. Even if we have to kind of call an audible, even if we have to go to plan B, even if things get kind of out of order, it doesn't matter. We're sticking to the plan no matter what. No matter what happens, right? Stick to the plan. That's the Prince of Wands. Okay? This is really beautiful. I think this is a lot of positive energy. Again, major confirmation. I'm wondering if you moved around a lot when you were a kid. I'm getting this impression that there was a lot of travel. There was a lot of, I don't know if it was travel necessarily, but it feels like there was a lot of inconsistency growing up for you. Like nothing was just kind of permanent. So either your house moved a lot, or you had to change schools a lot, or the people in your life kind of came and went a lot when you were growing up. I feel like there's a lack of consistency in your life, yeah. And then somebody took a while to start talking when they were a kid, like they had delayed speech, or there was something about the way they spoke that was kind of maybe inconsistent, right? So either delayed speech, or there was some sort of a speech impediment that took a while to kind of get worked out. And I think now it's totally fine. No one would, it's not noticeable, but I feel like it was something that took a few extra years to kind of sort itself out. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Well, I guess let's just go back to the Fool for a minute. Because the Fool is a card that really isn't worried about anything. Has no concerns. Jump off a cliff, doesn't care. Don't do that. Okay? But it's the Fool's energy. There's nothing too risky for the Fool. Right? Because the Fool is pure air. The Fool knows that nothing can harm it. That even if this fails, you are going to be okay. Right? You are pure spirit. Okay? So even if this does not work out, and the reason why this is being brought up is because that's a fearlessness. This is the courage that we need, the trust that we need almost to make this big leap, to make this big move in your life. This is the biggest decision you've ever had to make. The biggest kind of plan you've ever had to orchestrate. Yeah. And so we go into it with this kind of almost an indifferent fearlessness that says, I don't care what happens, right? You have all of this rush of momentum behind you. Your inner harmony with the water and the air. And then also this indifference that just says, there's nothing going to stop me from trying. Even if I fail, it doesn't matter. This is the card. This is the Wile E. Coyote card, right? This is Wile E. Coyote when it runs off the cliff looking for the Roadrunner, and it's just there in midair, and it looks at the camera or looks at the audience or whatever, and it's just standing right in midair. It's not falling. As soon as it realizes, as soon as it comes to like self-consciousness, then it falls, right? Then Wile E. Coyote plummets to the bottom of the ravine there. So it's kind of the same thing with the Fool. As long as the Fool is just kind of in that meditative state, almost, not self-conscious, not worrying, not full of fear and anxiety, just is empty, right? Empty of desires, empty of concerns. And that's what we're doing over here with the heart and the mind. Emptying all this stuff out, getting all this stuff out so that when we make that move, we're just empty. It's very Taoist, actually, if you ask me. Being empty, right? Because then we can just float. As soon as we weigh ourselves down with self-consciousness, then that's it, game over, And then you gotta start over again with the next scene with Wile E. Coyote and maybe trying a different tactic, getting something from the Acme company. So I think the Fool really this is such a special card. And there's a reason why this is the kind of wild card, the Joker card. There's a reason why the Fool, for years, for centuries, no one knew where in the tarot pack it belonged, at the beginning, at the end, somewhere in the middle. Because the Fool is everywhere and nowhere all at once. It can be the first card, the last card. It's every card in between. You know, this is the one that can experience. The Fool, it is the Joker. It is the wild card, right? Because the Fool can become any other card as it wants to, or it can just be nothing. Nothing sticks to it. It can be literally any card in the tarot pack, but take it apart and it's always going to be uniquely its own. You know, it's influenced by other cards, but it's not changed by them. Okay? Let's look at the mystery card now. Get off my soapbox and stop lecturing you. The mystery card, if you have a prediction for this card, please put it down in the comments. I don't have any idea, to be honest with you. I think maybe I want to see something later on. I want to see a 9 or a 10 of cups. Yeah, we purged our emotions and our mind. We've emptied ourselves out so we can do this thing. But now once we do it, I want to see the joy. I want to see the happiness. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a 9 of Pentacles. So this is all right. This is good. It's might as well be the 9 of Cups. Because the Pentacles contain all of the other cards. The Pentacles are the vessel. This is you living your best life. And if you're living your best life, you must have a 9 of Cups in there too. You must have all the Wands cards in there too. All the spirit, all the creativity. Because for this to be your best life, it has to contain all of that depth of emotion, all of that depth of creativity and spirit. Right? All of that consciousness, all the swords have to be in there too. Otherwise, it wouldn't be your best life. Right? So this might as well be the 9 of Cups too. But I like this because this is saying that what you're doing is going to be so successful that before you know it, you're going to be this person. Okay? And you're going to be living your best life. You're going to be in there with your pets, your plants, your people. And we're being told with this card, if you look right down there, there's a little snail. We're being told to slow down. Not right now. Right now, you got to be Wile E. Coyote. You got to be crossing that invisible, chasm. But once you achieve this, it is going to be the best thing that you've ever done. Yeah. And you're being told to enjoy it, that you're creating this and that you deserve to enjoy it. You deserve to slow down and live your best life. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link up here in the corner, or there is one down in the video description. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, but I am here every day. Just come back, see me again tomorrow. All right? There's plenty of room. We could talk again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. All right? Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.